Welcome back. This is the Black Table. Joining us at my formal spot at the bar, the one and only. Everybody needs a deck in his life. The premium MC Deck joins us on the Black Table. It's been a while. I haven't seen my brother. Deck, how are you?
Brother Lee.
Good to see you.
Thanks for
I didn't say
having
too
me.
much. I just kept it short.
No, you don't say this one where I don't already dare your seat like this. You can't be like saying I cycle from here to that side. Eh?
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, you know.
like
I'm
to
in the
see-
wisdom seat.
I would like to see that happen.
The wisdom seat. The gang seat. Hi, guys.
All right, fam. Let's get into something that's got everyone talking. BBNAIJA's EK recently dropped his wild statement. Don't trust a friend who thinks 1 billion naira is a lot of money. Now, that's either a bold truth or straight up capping. So, let's find out what we think. Is 1 billion naira really just pocket change for your circle, or is EK missing the mark? Let me start with a potential billionaire by my left here to find out what his thoughts are on a comment like that.
I mean, I understand the place for ambition and dreaming big and talking big as well.
Yeah.
But anywhere in the world, 666,000 US dollars, which is what a billion naira will work out to in USD is a lot of money anywhere in the world, right? When you say don't trust people who don't think that's or who think that's big money, you're saying essentially don't trust people who think small.
Yeah.
I mean, from a mindset standpoint, I connect to that, right? But that's a lot of money, it must be said.
Yeah.
And you know, ambition is relative, to be honest. You could find people who are doing a couple hundred millions who are successful, adding value, who are not small-minded, all right? But if this is the territory this young man wants to play at, I hope he can back
that
the
statement
talk, the big talk up with hard work, because to make that kind of money anywhere in the world is not also easy. You've got to be building real value in the real world. And that doesn't come by just talking. You know, you've got to be working hard. So yeah, I connect with it. It might not be capping. He might have, I don't know him personally. And I know maybe 90% of the people who saw that, who thought, oh, it's probably just bluffing, may not even know him personally, right? But you're only worth as much as your mind says you are, to be honest. Because what you can't conceive in your mind, you can't become, right? In the real world. So even if he doesn't have that much in his bank account, he's saying, surround me with people who are big thinkers, who, you know, see the world from the lens of everything is possible.
Now I'm starting to question the people that he surrounds himself with and the people he calls friends. I have a friend here, Quincy Jones. What are your thoughts on $1 billion?
I would write off what he just said, which is surround yourself with a set of people who, you know, try to understand. So there's a possibility, right, that he's around quite a number of billionaires. It's the thing, right? But your reality is your reality. It's not going to change, right? I'm sorry, unless you don't work hard for your money, or you've worked hard in the past where you now earn in that tax bracket, so it's okay. $1 billion naira is a lot of money, right? If you put that money, if that was the only thing you had or that you could invest, if you put that money in some stocks or bonds and stuff, an average of at least 18 to 20% of that would be about 200 million, 180 million, thereabout, that you can use to stay afloat financially. Imagine if you did that and just kept on rolling it over every single year. You're good. All your personal human expense for the years are good. You know, you do that every single 365 days, you know, 12 months stuff. Saying that to also say that if you think $1 billion naira is not a lot of money, right, then there's a problem with you. Because even the billionaires regard every million naira, right?
I was about to get
Bro, billionaires would prize 20K something, right? So if someone in that tax bracket is doing that and leaving like that, I don't think you stand a chance or have a right to speak on that amount of money. You need to earn that money first, then you can speak about it later on.
Even a billionaire knows that $1 billion is a lot of money.
Anywhere in the world is easy.
All right. Let me talk to someone that has the potential of losing $1 billion and it doesn't move him. Mr. Deck, these are prayers I'm sending your way.
Talking about what he just said is an affirmation of a prayer I used to pray as a child. I used to pray that I have so much money that someone will literally steal 1 billion from me and I won't notice. I don't know why. I used to say that a lot when I was, you know.
How do you feel now?
You know. Well, we're still on the pathway. We're still on the pathway, you know.
Not only would you know, you'll go out of course, with everything.
Of course. I mean, okay. So for me, like, what I would like to do is go around the thoughts or the mind of Ike at the time that he said what he said. What you must also understand is the fact that a lot of the time people speak out of what their thoughts align with. What it essentially means is that he probably was talking from the perspective that my ideologies align with people who speak that, okay, 1 billion is nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me quickly drag you guys to a conversation that ensued, I think a couple of months ago, about Burna Boy and Omaomi. I think Timaya said Omaomi and Waje were in I think in the studio or something like that, and you know, Burna Boy was talking and saying that he was going to be this, he was going to do that, he was going to do that, and I think he said, you know, maybe one of them or two of them said, you know, what are you talking about? He just started, and he asked them to leave or something like that. You know, it was a story, but I'm not talking about that story. I'm talking about the intention, the intention of that, the mindset of what Burna Boy had put himself in. He put himself in a place where this is going to be me at this point in my life. So Ike is talking, you don't know what he's going to be tomorrow. He's probably aligning the universe, you know,
I know
to
what
put
he's not
himself.
going to be tomorrow.
What?
I know what he's not going to be tomorrow.
What is it not going to be?
A billionaire.
So I don't know what he's
I love the mindset.
I don't know what he's not going to be.
To be very honest,
and we don't know what tomorrow brings, right?
To be very honest, I think people still don't understand what 1 billion is. Let's not even talk about money.
I agree.
Let's just talk about the figure 1 billion.
I agree.
People don't understand what that figure is.
I agree.
Do you know how many people have passed away? Do you know the possibility? People have lived great lives, fantastic lives, rich lives, millionaire lives, and have never hit 1 billion.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I think there's a bastardization of the concept
The
of
word,
a millionaire
Thank
or
you.
a billionaire.
Yes.
And I think it was a Lagbaja song way back in the early 2000s, late 90s that, you know, was asking the question, like, how much is even that million? Like, because we hear of fraud cases and we hear these big amounts pretty often. People have become sort of desensitized to just how big
1 billion
a
actually
billion is. In some people's minds, just a couple of millions. No, it's not. It's what you hit after 999 million naira.
You will live a full life.
People.
You will live a full life, not of poverty.
So
you will live a full life,
Comfortable life,
and you will never reach 1 billion.
So I was getting somewhere. So the thing is this: we are talking about the figure. We're not talking about the mindset behind the figure.
The mindset is wrong.
No, hold on. What you say is wrong is not wrong to someone else, and I'll tell you why. You see, we are talking about the figure. We keep talking about 1 billion, 1 billion, and 1 billion, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that it is possible that this Ike comes out tomorrow and he would, you know, align with a couple of people and he becomes a billionaire the next day? It's possible. Nigeria is the only country that you sleep a poor man and you can wake up a billionaire.
Yeah.
Those are the things that allow or you know, that align with our life.
Said
right
doesn't mean
no.
That
So
person's a
he's
billionaire.
trying
It
to
means-
he's trying to segregate himself from people who think too little.
Who think we get that.
Right?
We get that
So,
part.
so I'll piggyback off that example or the story you told about Omaomi, Waje, and Burna.
Of the story Timaya told about.
Yeah, that you referenced. Timaya told the story, you referenced it.
Yeah.
I remember in 2013 when I was creative director for Glow, and Burna Boy was to be hired as an ambassador, right? He had just one song at the time, Like to Party. And
Which was a big hit, by the way.
big hit, yeah. Burna's personality was not everybody's cup of tea, but one thing that everyone who knew him, even back then, couldn't deny was the level of talent and hard work. you know, that he had.
Yeah.
You couldn't deny that. Even those persons who might have thought he was pitching his tent too high by, you know, the kind of ambitions that he had, knew that he had the talent to back it up. They just couldn't see how within the context of the music industry, the way things were structured then, he was going to reach that. Because it was dreaming to become a global superstar, which at the time would have seemed like a long shot. But the talent was there. And so back to my initial comment around, he better be putting the work in to back up that kind of mindset. Because anybody who listens to an overexcited motivational speaker can come out and say, oh, I have a billionaire mindset. It's not the mindset that creates the wealth. It is the work and the network that creates the net worth. So he better be backing that up. Otherwise, you will carry that mindset from now till tomorrow and it will not translate.
And in my mind, sometimes you can be around billionaires, live a great life, and not necessarily become a billionaire yourself. It can happen.
But there's a possibility that you become a millionaire.
There is a possibility.
You know, let me tell you something I learned. Let me tell you something I
possibility.
learned from my pastor a while ago. My pastor, you know, talked about this whole, you know, aligning yourself with the right circle. You see, he said, and I quote, that you can literally sell pepper. Does that make sense? You're selling pepper, all right? Or you have friends who are selling pepper. There is no way before the end of that year you will not sell, you will not grind pepper or sell something that they used to, you know,
that connects to pepper.
That connects to pepper.
I'm with you.
But if you have friends who almost all of them are driving Jeep and you don't have a car, there is every tendency that before the end of that year you will buy a saloon car.
All right. So I like where we're on.
It's important to understand
friends.
Yes,
and
it's important.
Around
Your network.
It's important to understand the people who you align yourself with, which is essentially why I think that his thought was towards being with the right set of exactly the association.
Just get rid of the poverty mindset.
Yes, exactly.
Let's wrap it up with Quincy Jones.
I'm just going to say this, right? I like the fact that everyone here is rich. You know, 3 of you.
Who is that?
But I'm just going to say this. I'm one of the few people that has to work for every kobo. Unfortunately, those handouts, now they come. We guys strive twice as hard.
Quincy.
So saying this to say that mindset, you guys are talking about mindset, that mindset is absolute garbage, right? The thought that a billion, bro, if you sit with billionaires, they would teach you they dash money out like idiots, right? They say that even when you go to bars and tips, right? The most money you would make on tips come from the poor people. The richest dudes know the value of every Naira.
That's very
You
correct.
probably get 1K, 2K. Now, struggling, hustling boys go, they transfer 10K, say, oh, I had a great service. Understanding the value of every kobo is important. If you have this type of mindset that's progressive about making money, yes, that's fine. But that mindset to now say, your mindset can't push you, say 1 billion is nothing, essentially, to paraphrase. Then you have a
It's
problem.
probably the first sign of knowing
That's
that
not
you
a
are not a
mindset.
billionaire.
You have a problem.
Exactly. Because a billionaire.
Don't think that.
Bro, let me give you, if you have a billion, your tithe would be 100 million naira. Please understand the magnitude of that. The 10% is supposed to be changed now. It's 100 million naira. Man, get out of here, man.
And having a billion, to wrap it up, having a billion is one thing. Keeping a billion is another thing.
Yeah, man.
You have a billion now. Once you touch 1 naira,
right.
you don't have a billion now.
It's now 990.
Once you touch 1 naira.
999 naira, 999,999 naira with 999.
Having a billion naira in your bank account doesn't make you a billionaire. By global standards, what makes you a millionaire is possessing $1 million, which will translate to 1.5 billion naira as at today, if you use 1,500 for the exchange rate. Similarly, I believe what makes you a billionaire in dollars is not possessing 1 billion naira. It will be 1 billion in US dollars. which is even
another it's another
exactly
currency.
dimensions. So
you know
it's like thinking that you become a millionaire because you have 1 million naira. No, 1 million naira doesn't make
my
you-
bank account just shook in my pocket now.